Alright, so this is my van build inside the 2024 Transit. So it took me 19 days to build this. So I used vinyl flooring. Here's some storage right here. I'm probably gonna put a garbage can in here. I have my inverter and all the electrics down there with the fridge on top. So basically I can just remove this panel. The fridge is recessed in. I just remove the fridge, remove the panel, and I have access to all the breakers and the fuse panel for the whole van. I have lights in the back and the front, and under the counter. And I also put the water pump on a switch. So that way I'm not gonna leave the pump on all the time, because if I ever have a leak, a burst pipe or something, it's gonna flood my van. So I'm just gonna turn it on when I need it. So this is the sink. It's a nice sink. I chose this sink because it came with a cutting board like this, and it's very deep, so I'm not gonna splash water everywhere. So it's hooked up directly on the pump. The pump has a pressure switch, so when I'm cooking or whatever, I just turn the pump on, use the faucet as a normal faucet, and yeah, it works good. I have my control for the Chinese diesel heater that's mounted underneath the passenger seat, so I can just move the seat forward, tilt it back, and I have access to the heater and the tank. I mounted the fuel pump underneath the van, so it's very quiet when it's running. So I just wired this way goes to the electric panel, this way it goes to the controller. So underneath here I have wastewater and 3 tanks of fresh water. So right now there's only 2 because I have antifreeze in the system. So once I get going, I'm gonna remove this and flush the system with fresh water. And I added these brackets here because I'm gonna add a piece of 2x3 or 2x4 to just retain the jogs in. So the doors and all the counter I made myself with Baltic birch, and I added these small locks just to help the door shut. Yeah, I never built anything like this before. I'm not a carpenter, so I think that these doors, they turned out pretty good. Here I have 2 drawers. That's the main that's my main regret, is that for some reason this corner is not square, so they stick out in the corner, so I cannot put a front plate yet. So I need to find a way to make them better or something like this, so I can add a front plate and hide those slides. So yeah, I'm gonna have my utensils, and right now I have a bunch of stuff. So I have 2 big drawers, and underneath I have 2 small doors, and I have my 5-pound propane tank, and I have my a 120 volt wire coming out. So I'm gonna add an electrical outlet right here, so I can use it for my coffee machine. So it's a 1200 watt inverter with a 280 amp hour battery. So, and I have 400 watt of solar that's mounted directly on the roof. I don't have a roof rack. So I just installed the roof vent and the 2 solar panels right on top. So yes, I did punch some holes in the vent, but it's lower profile and I keep it simple. I did not want to spend $2,000 on the roof rack. So here I got IKEA wall cabinet. So I'm gonna have a bunch of storage. And I added these RV porch light underneath. So I'm probably gonna tuck this wire somehow with clips or something. So it's gonna be a clean look. I mounted, so these are the section, IKEA section. They mount on the rail that's screwed in to the wall. And I did not have a lot of solid wood behind. So what I did is I shimmed them with a 2x4 in the back. So not only now they sit pretty straight, but I also added these 90 degrees angle iron, not sure how you call them, and I screwed them into the stud that's behind the wall. So now it's pretty solid, and I strengthened them with more of these. And I also added wood glue and stuff. So I think it's gonna be sturdy enough. We'll see how they last. Because it's particle board, it's not ideal. But I would not put all my weight. I think it's fine for light stuff like this. I think it's pretty nice. It turned out pretty good. So these are 15 by 15 inches by 30 wide. I have 2 of them. Here's the bed. I made these cutouts with 1/2-inch plywood, and I covered them with headliner fabric that I got on Amazon. It's just stapled in, but the staples, they match the color pretty good, so they don't show. So I made these cutouts. I get 3¼ inch more length on each side. So I have exactly 6 feet of bed, which is perfect for me. Underneath the plywood, I also have 1/2-inch foam board insulation. So it makes it quiet and a little bit insulated. In the walls, I have also 1/2-inch foam board, but I also have fiberglass insulation, which I know people will throw rocks at me for using fiberglass, but if you keep it dry, there's no issue. So that's what I use. And the wall panels are removable. So if I ever have an issue, I can just unscrew the whole cabinet, remove the cabinet, and I can remove the wall panel and deal with the issue. So in the last section also, there's no fiberglass insulation, just in case some water gets in through the trim pieces outside. Sometimes they let water in, so I did not put any insulation, just 1/2-inch foam board near the ground. So I think it should be fine. But yeah, I designed it so that I can remove the wall pretty easily. Here I have my garage. I'm gonna put my paramotor and probably a small motorbike, and on the door, I have a propane shower with the tank right there. So when I want to take a shower, well, I'm gonna show you. If I want to take a shower, I just take the wire here. I have a plug it in. I have a shower stall I put up, and I have this switch here that I added. So I'm gonna be able to take a shower on the spot. And that's gonna be the water for a shower. So I have 38 inches of clearance, so I can put a lot of stuff. I also punched a hole in this cabinet, so I have a small 12-volt fan with a switch. I need to clean this up, but if it ever gets too hot, I can just turn it on and it's gonna vent the electric panel. So yeah, that's my build. I'm gonna try it out soon. Hopefully it's good. Probably gonna make it better with time, but it's practically 95% done. Thanks for watching.